everybody, we're proud to announce our Saturday morning cartoons brought to you by Hey Poopy Podcast.
Dumping every fourth Saturday of the month.
Stories taken directly from our interviews. These are one-of-a-kind masterpieces of hilarious proportions.
Animated by Matt Holtzclaw, our very first guest of the podcast.
We are so excited, we're going to poop our pants!
For more information, go to heypoopypodcast.com.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me or about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
And now, the Hey Poopy Podcast with Dave and Ellen.
All right, we're back on Dump Day.
It is dump day.
And we're still quarantined.
Yeah, but the only good thing about quarantine is it's not hard to find guests because they're stuck at home.
This is true.
This is the Hey Poopy Podcast with
Dave
and Ellen, and this is episode 68, but it'll always be number 2 to us. Our favorite number in the entire world.
Yes, that's what we're about. Mm-hmm. And we have a special guest with us.
We do! We have Alicia, my very good friend, and she works in fashion, and I'm so excited she's on, because I have some girlfriends who are not comfortable with talking about poop, but she is totally down.
I am a slave to my bowels, Ellen. I'm so happy to be here.
You work for number 2.
Yeah, exactly. If only they paid the bills.
Yeah, right? That would be nice.
No, you can be like Mistress Ashley. She gets paid for pooping on people.
Yeah, well, everybody
I haven't thought about it.
Well, everybody's lost. Everybody's pretty much out of work now, so maybe we can figure out a way to get you some cash by shitting. We'll figure out something.
My world's colliding.
A new revenue stream.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially with anxiety, we don't know what their future is going to be. Streaming shits, it's not solid.
Yeah. Oh man,
they're a little loose in the caboose. Talking about loose in the caboose, Alicia, you're our guest, so we check in with our guests first. How have your poops been?
My poops have been a little stressed lately. I'm sure it's kind of the same with a lot of people. I was super backed up for a couple days. I run a little backed up. I run a little slow. Yeah, it was like a few days of slow, and then I kind of got to a 4 situation.
That's
I had one of those days that was like I was shitting like every 2 hours.
Oh wow!
In a good way. In a good way, the gates were opened, the floodgates were opened finally, But the problem is they weren't they're a little ropey,
like a little thin.
Yeah. Sometimes when they're a little too thin, you don't really feel. You feel it coming out, but you just don't feel the satisfaction of a more girthy dump.
Gotcha.
Do you have a one of those stools to put your feet up on?
Yeah, I have like the teak gray, like the very chic.
Oh, nice.
Fancy.
The wooden one.
You have the really bougie one. I like it.
Yeah, no plastic in this house.
Well, you work in fashion, so I imagine that only the best.
Yeah, and you only really need one. I mean, I'm not quite like Ellen level with the traveling situation and everything, and the multiple bathrooms. I only need one, so I felt it was worth the investment.
I like it. Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Dave? How your poos been?
Might have been a little loose. Nothing too, I've been eating okay, but then I made cookies for my wife the other day, so I was snacking on that. So basically, that stuff just kind of makes you shit just horribly. At least for me anyway. So it might have been 5s and 6s.
Woo.
Yeah. But that's it's just more I'm just snacking and drinking more than I have usually. So nothing super excited to write home about.
We're all putting on that COVID-19.
No, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I am snacking, but I'm still working out.
I was a little, not constipated, but not squeezing out the turds that I really wanted to the past couple of days. So I took some psyllium husk yesterday. And today I did this cardio workout with a girlfriend of mine. So let's do cardio, and like, we were both on FaceTime and watching a video on YouTube. And as soon as I was done, another friend of mine like started FaceTiming with me. And while I was on FaceTime with my second friend, I was like, I gotta poop. And so I brought the FaceTime into the bathroom, totally pinched off this huge number 4 thanks to the psyllium husk. But right in front of my friend, she saw me pooping. She didn't see the poop leave the body. She just saw my facial expression.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But she was like, I'm bringing you in there. And she was like, it wouldn't be the first time. And I was like, it's true.
Oh my God. I would have hung up. I'm like, come back when you're done.
I know, you would have hung up on me. That's a sight of a real true friend.
I'm like, just come back when you're done.
FaceTime you can't smell.
Oh God, that'd be awful.
I love that we're talking about this while Ellen is eating.
I know, Ellen always eats on this
soup.
fucking show.
And
it's like
a big bowl of something over here.
A big bowl of popcorn and like 10 veggie soup. So tomorrow I'm going to make a fantastic dump.
Yeah, that's a lot of fiber, girl.
She's like, let's broadcast while I eat. It's really the eating show, and Ellen just like, we just talk about this stuff while she's eating.
I'm always eating because I like literally my day was busy today. Like I worked out, then I was like doing laundry and cleaning up, then I had to run out and do a huge alcohol binge, and then I came back just in time to podcast, but I hadn't eaten lunch yet, so you guys get to watch me eat while we talk about the duty.
Okay. Lucky us. Not kidding.
So, Alicia, now that we know what you do, tell us about what the rest of you does without obviously going into too many details.
No, I'm just like a corporate fashion person. I get to travel a lot for work, which is like,
nice.
As you guys know, tough on the bowels.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I've been there.
I mean, I get like really, really backed up when I travel and like uncomfortably gassy and that kind of stuff. So it's just kind of like a constant thing in my life because I'm always traveling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a great setup, a great gig. I live here in Brooklyn. I'm like originally from the West Coast, but I've been in New York for 10 years. And I will say, like, I probably spend a good, at least 50 to 60% of my energy thinking about my poops.
That's a lot.
Or butt stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We love butt stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, do tell. What kind of butt stuff we're talking about here?
Well, I haven't actually had a poop today because of my butt stuff from last night.
Oh shit!
and this morning.
Oh shit! Oh.
So, I mean, you got to get it in. You kind of got to get it in when you can, right?
Yeah, man.
In this time of quarantine. So yeah, typically for me when I focus really hard to get everything out before the butt stuff. And then like when I have it, I get kind of like, I go a little silent, a little radio silent for like the following day, just because I think it's like my poop is like scared up in there.
Mm-hmm. It's like, can we come out now? It's like hibernating.
Yeah.
Is it safe?
Safe. Exactly.
Yeah, your rectum is like, we have another job right now, so we're shutting off the normal job. We're going to be an intake only, and then later we're going to be an outtake.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking maybe I'll have some like early dinner and see what happens this evening. But yeah, well worth it.
Oh, hey, look, I think it's awesome. You got the time, you know? That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, this podcast started off as poops and farts, but we are all about the butt stuff. Everything that's butt health, butt pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, so
well, I loved your podcast with the doctor.
Dr. Evan Goldstein? Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Did you listen to both episodes? The episode where he stuck a finger in my ass?
Yeah. And he complimented your beautiful hole.
Which, like, that's 2 out of 3 doctors who've seen my asshole and have said I had a beautiful asshole. But I don't necessarily want that compliment.
No, I think it's a great compliment because some
assholes
buttholes they're not created equal.
For sure.
You know, like some are either they're just not pretty. Like there's something about like the folds or the shape or and some are just cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine, though, I have seen mine many a times while waxing because I do this whole thing where I prop up a magnified light up mirror with my feet so I can spread my cheeks apart and wax in the butt crack to get all the hairs removed because I fucking hate them. I don't do it for anybody else but my own personal sanity because it's itchy as fuck. So I've seen my butthole with a magnified light up mirror and I don't think it's that cute. I think it's. I'm glad that
just take the compliment. Just take the compliment. Like what? Just.
Well, I can't.
You're like I have no idea what my asshole looks like, and I'm fine with that.
You've never looked at your asshole, Dave?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
I mean, I've
gotta get you in there.
I've had like doctors. I mean, yeah. I mean, stuff has been up there, but I've never actually seen it, which I'm fine with. I don't see what's going on back there. Or like it's like a neighbor that I've never talked to. I know it's there, but I know he's there, but I've never said hello.
And you're not interested in knowing him.
Yeah, it's just like if anything's wrong, I'll check in on him. But I'm not.
You're only about waving. You're not about
I don't need to get to know him. Like what's going on?
I think it's nice just to do a little bend over spread and have a look back, like check in. I mean, I'm not at the flexibility level, I think, of Ellen of mounting on a the sink counter with the
No,
I do it laying down. So it's not like the mirror is like it's like a little makeup mirror, a portable mirror. And so I lay down on my back.
Okay.
And then it's almost like my feet are in the stirrups at the gynecologist, but the feet are holding the mirror, and then I could spread the cheeks apart.
That just seems like a lot of like. Don't you? I feel like you can get like one of those mirrors that have like the little extending arms that you can just position.
Totally.
That just sounds like a lot of work. But
I do it when I'm here in New Jersey, so I could show you the mirror.
What kind of wax?
This is going to be great for our listeners. They're like, what mirror are you talking about?
So it looks like this. See, it's magnified and it plugs in.
It's like a typical vanity mirror. For anyone who's been to like a hotel before who has those magnifying mirrors, it's like that.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I use that, it's like wax that's just for your bikini Brazilian area. That's like a hard wax. And so it like, you don't use the fabric strips. You just, and what I like about the hard wax is it never gets hot. It's warm because it needs to be melted, but it doesn't get hot so it doesn't burn any of your bits.
Oh, okay.
And then you just put it on and it hardens and then you rip it off.
Oh, God. That sounds like a nightmare to me.
Oh my God, it's my like most masochistic self. I love it.
It actually feels kind of good, I think. Yeah.
I had it done once. It was the most painful thing in my fucking life. I will never do that again. I don't care. Like, if anybody's even going back there, I'm like, good luck. but I mean, I'm not doing it for me, for anybody. I refuse to go through that kind of pain again. It was
the one time
insane.
you did it for your wife.
I did it for my wife. Well, no, I did it for my wife, but she was kind of like, I've talked about this before in the podcast, but she's just like, you don't know what it's like for women. I'm like, you don't have to do anything. I don't care. Like, you can keep it hairy as fuck down there. I don't really. So I was like, you know what? Let me try this just to check it out. And it was a nightmare. It was horrible.
But did you just do your butthole, or did you do like your balls and
balls,
like
everything? The whole
it's like
full
top
Monty.
Pubes.
I mean, I wasn't planning on doing my asshole, but the guy's like, okay, get up on all fours. I'm like, excuse me? And then he just like, I just was like, all right, I guess. And then like, it was like insane. The amount of pain was like nuts. just like excruciating.
Well, see, about 5 years ago, I did laser hair removal.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
And I still have a front bush, but like down the bikini and lips, and then the taint and butthole, right? Like that like undercarriage, is more or less gone. Like it's, I still have to, it'll come back every so often, but I have to shave like very infrequently because of the laser hair. And I did it because I was getting ingrowns, which are just
those suck.
Awful. Yeah. So I opted for the laser hair, but it was the most painful thing I have ever experienced.
Yeah. Yes. It's no joke.
Like when they take that laser, because it's like a rubber band kind of smacking against your skin, right? Like that on your taint is quite a sensation.
Yeah. It was seriously like, it was like pure torture. Like I just thought, like, I'm like, why? I'm like paying someone to do this. What the fuck is wrong with me?
I did the laser on my crotch. I did 12 sessions and I still have to wax down there. I want to say it's like they took away 70% of the hair, but the 30% is still annoying as fuck.
Yeah, I don't really like the hair like around the hole, but I don't mind the little fuzzies like down the crack a little bit. Kind of like
a little peach fuzz
in the cleave. Yeah, it's kind of cute.
In the meat.
Yeah. Because it's hard to spread that part enough to like really get in there good, So I leave a little fuzzy. I think it's okay.
Nice.
I just when it gets grown out enough where it's itchy, that's the part I hate. And I don't like shaving because it's like the razor burn and the fucking itchiness. So
the worst part about shaving is when the hairs start to grow back and they get to a length where they start to like shred toilet paper.
Yeah.
You get some TP crumbles.
Yeah.
There was nothing funnier than when you're about to get busy with a lady and then you see like these little TP crumbles in there. And you're kind of like, I'm always like, just pretend like it didn't, I'm not going to bring that up. I'll just wipe that away.
Set it aside.
Yeah. Yeah,
it just
that's the right move.
I don't know. It cracks me up all the fucking time. Just because I don't know why this is so funny to me. They come back like trying to act all sexy, and I'm like, you got like fucking looks like plaster of Paris down there. Not always, no, but it's every once in a while.
It happens. You got to.
It does happen. It does happen. Oh yeah, you just got. Like, I don't care. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Just flick that away. But anyway,
I did also keep a landing strip in the front, and I would trim it so down, like it was like just barely hair, but that hair turned into a like sandpaper that actually rubbed the front of my underwears, and there would be holes in my underwear right above my clitoris, and I was like, this is ridiculous.
I mean, at that point, just take it all off.
Exactly.
Like, why even bother? Or get a tattoo. Just get a fucking tattoo.
Exactly. Tattooed pubes. I guess.
Or some kind of pattern. I don't know. I mean, that'd be crazy if I saw that on something. It'd be like, what the fuck? But, hey, whatever.
Well, you guys like butt stuff, right? I mean, I know, Ellen, you're having your issues, with the hemorrhoids and stuff, but typically you really like it.
Oh yeah. I mean, at the very least, I even love a finger in my ass when I'm getting eaten out. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's all, I'm not laughing because it's just funny, like the situation, like we're on FaceTime. People at home can't see us. We're just on FaceTime, and Ellen's just like, fingers, like pointing a finger up in the air, like she's like number one.
I come and find your butthole with my little probing fingers.
I would like to understand like the anatomy and mechanics of why it feels so pleasurable for women, because men obviously, have the prostate stimulation, and I can really understand that. But for me, I come better, like
really
anally. Yeah, wow. Like without a doubt.
Shit. That's awesome.
I mean, it's that with clitoral, obviously. Right. But that's the same, like,
it's like
vaginal.
a combo.
It has to be vaginal. Yeah.
It's like a...
But yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like I feel like they bridge, they like kind of on both sides of the pussy.
They're right next door to each other. It's like, hey, It's like teamwork.
I was told years ago, and this is terrible for radio, but at least I'm FaceTiming with you guys, that it's kind of like this. If your butthole is my cheek and my mouth is the vagina, if you pull the cheek, the mouth moves with it. And so that's why the butthole. But I was like, no, I feel like the butthole is its own special, like place, It just probably has lots of nerve endings in it that the rest of us doesn't have.
Yeah, I think that, and I think there's something about, for me, the way how I visualize it is like my pussy gets time to think, like what, but I'm still getting stimulated and fucked.
It's like taking a break. It's like, hey, now it's your turn.
It's like, I can just really like dig deep and process and think without having to be like slammed every 5 seconds.
Oh
that's
God.
A brilliant way of putting it.
It's like. It's like a helping. It's like you're getting a helping hand. That's all. It's like, hey, I'll take some of that.
Yeah.
Your vagina, your puss is like, oh, whew, I can sit back, kick my feet up for a minute.
Exactly. You get it, Dave.
Hey, totally.
It's like I'm thinking about like a Thanksgiving meal. Thanksgiving meal, the turkey is number one. That's the vagina. But everybody's really there for the stuffing and the mashed potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
True.
It's like, it's a group effort, but it's best when they're all involved.
Like when all things are working together, it's like a team building.
Exactly. And the gravy is the clitoris, because that's everywhere.
The gravy. This time I didn't forget the gravy. That's hilarious. My wife is hilarious. She is so not into. I mean, she likes a finger in the ass, but she's definitely not into like full blown like going downtown Chinatown. That's a horrible. She's not into that. I mean, not that I'm like I think I asked her once when we first started dating. She's like, no. I'm like, okay.
You never pressed the issue.
Oh God, no. But she definitely I think a finger here and there, for sure.
Yeah,
She's
it's definitely something you have to learn that you love.
Right.
Like it's not something that's like intuitively like you're born to be like, oh, I think I'm going to love ass play. Like
right.
you have to learn how to love it, and you have to have partners who know how to do it right too.
Oh yeah.
Because like one traumatizing butt experience is all it takes for you to be like off that shit for a lifetime.
Well, she makes
completely.
She'll make this scrunchy face, and I'm like, when I see that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not. We'll just go back to the other part of the body. Like when I see that face, that dismissive scrunchy face, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm not into that.
I can't even say I was dating this person, but when the first time I had any kind of ass play was my freshman year of college. I was making out with this guy, and the next thing I know, he just stuck a finger in my ass, and I was like, wait, that's different, and I think I like it. And so,
wow, he just went right for the ass.
Yeah.
Wow. Was he lost?
No, he knew what he was doing.
He's like, bam.
Yeah, and I was like 18, and I was like, oh, okay, I think I kind of like that. And then he was actually years later, we made out again, and he was the first person to eat out my butthole. And I kicked him out of my place. I never reciprocated anything.
But do you think that all guys who do that want to receive that?
No. I'm saying I didn't even touch his wiener.
Oh.
I literally let him pleasure me, and then I kicked him out of my place.
Hey.
Was it like get the fuck out, or was it like a kind of like, okay, thanks a lot,
well,
let's just leave?
To be perfectly honest, I was like, okay, you can sleep on my couch now.
Okay.
Wow, on the couch.
Yeah, I was mad at him for basically breaking my heart 3 years earlier when I was 18. So because we were like having fun, and then when he was like, let's make out again 3 years later, I was like, okay. And then I was like, thanks for the orgasms, you can leave now.
Oh, you used them and you left them.
Okay.
Exactly. It was payback time.
Oh, I love a little vengeful fuck.
Yeah. Hate sex.
That's what your 20s are for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just a lot of hate sex. That's cool.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what?
Exactly.
I'll just do this, and then like, you know, as soon as I'm done, this fucking guy's out of here.
Thanks for the orgasm. Goodbye.
Perfect. I ain't mad. I'm not mad at that.
Alicia, since we started talking about teepee crumbles, let's go right into it. What kind of toilet paper do you like, and are you over or under on the roll?
100% over, without a doubt. I mean, I think growing up, we were more of a put the TP roll on top of the tank kind of family.
Oh.
So like didn't even really need the holder, which I like because I like more of a wad than like a tight roll.
Yeah.
When you go like this with your hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but no, now in my civilized life, I have on the actual, the roll on the holder over, and I have I usually just do Trader Joe's. Like I love their toilet paper, but I haven't been able to obtain any for the past month and a half. So I'm on some like Whole Foods version, some recycled soft something.
Okay.
But what's your deal with wipes?
Baby wipes? They're actually, what we've learned from Dr. Evan Goldstein is they're really, really bad for you. The chemicals that they put in baby wipes, and you can get the better kind of ones like 7th generation, but they take away the pH balance of your butthole, and you're more likely to get hemorrhoids. And like what Dr. Evan Goldstein was saying, he could see when he said my butthole was beautiful, he also said he could see the trauma that it's had. And so I don't know how a traumatic place can also be beautiful, but
ugly beauty.
But I think the trauma was the fact that I used wipes for so many years. So we here on Hey Poopy do believe strongly in bidets. So water is best.
Yeah. Well, whenever I'm in France, I am obsessed.
Yeah.
Any chance I get for a bidet, I use, but I haven't done like the whole. I mean, I rent my apartment. I just moved into this place like a few months ago. It's like seems like a little bit of work to install a thingy, but
it's really quick. Yeah, you can get like a little just like snap-on one. And if it feels like it's too like daunting, just talk to Angie's List. I had an issue with my new one. And I was like, what the fuck's going on with this one little part? And it was driving me crazy. So instead of like risking anything leaking, I just had this guy come in. He did it seriously. He did it in 5 seconds. I felt like so emasculated. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? But I wound up paying him like $100 for like literally 15 minutes of fucking work. But still, it works great. And he was less than like a half an hour. And then you're ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe this is the time.
Yeah.
This is what I needed to give me the extra boost.
Yeah. One of the bidet companies that we interviewed, I actually looked on their website last week, and they were completely sold out because of the toilet paper shortage. Like more and more people are buying bidets, and it's like it's about time. Yeah. It's so much better to wash over wiping, and they're under $100. So yeah,
and there's all kinds now. They have like different kinds. So if your bathroom's like too narrow between the wall and the sink, you can get ones that fit in better. You can get like little travel ones. You can get there's all kinds. So
yeah,
I think there's one. I forgot the company name, but there's one. It's like a battery operated one, and it just sits in the back of your tank, so you can take that when you go travel. But it also works as like a home bidet. So it's like a little magic wand. You just kind of like jam it up there, and then. Well, not up there, but you know what I mean. Yeah, don't stick. People do not stick like any portable bidets up your ass.
No.
Like, why are bidets so not American? Like, what's with that?
You should listen to that episode where we interviewed Mickey from Tushy. She said basically it's because of the stigma that they had with brothels back around World War II. Because when back in World War I and World War II, all these Americans went to Europe to fight, and they came back with things like pizza and all these these European things. Yeah, pizza. And they made pizza like now it's more American than freaking Italy, But the one thing they didn't want to bring back is they didn't want to admit that they saw these bidets in brothels. So of course, sex and that stigma where it's like the bidet, yes, you could use it for your sexual parts and for sexual whatever to clean up, but it's mostly used for the one thing that every human being does, poops.
Yeah. See, I think I was there. Well, obviously I was there when we did the interview, but the only thing about that her explanation that I was thinking about the other day. Like, bidets existed outside of brothels too. They were in people's homes. They were in hotels. So I think there's partly that the whole sex thing, because especially for like, you know, these dudes are like, when did you check this bidet out? But I think it's more just like people don't like anything anal, like, you know, touching, like that for some reason is just like taboo, like anything butt related. Even if it's
because
like,
of our like puritanical.
Yeah, I think it's a weird, like I think it's people think like, oh, it's gay. You know, so if you're a man, like, oh, it's gay, like to put like water in your ass, which is the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. But whatever. But I think it's a lot of that, and you know, just. But regardless, it's like they're both like the dumbest reasons not to, like, you know, because again, like you would never, if you have a body part that's dirty, you don't just like take a rag and just keep wiping it away. You put soap and water on it, or you put water at least on it to get it off. So, you know,
if you get poop on your hands, you wash your hands.
Yeah.
You don't just wipe it with a paper towel.
Yeah, like a maniac.
You know?
And if you're doing that, you're fucking psycho.
Yeah, you should be doing that to your asshole too. You should be cleaning it.
So I think it's just like, you know, people are just in this country, you know, I mean, I'll put a lot of places too, but I mean here especially, since it's just so dumb. Makes no sense.
It's kind of lame because we love a toilet. Like, we love a big, strong, powerful toilet. You think that there'd be room for, and we have like giant bathrooms too in the US. Like, you'd think we'd be okay with it. Like, I like in Germany, you know, in Germany they have those toilets that have like shelves.
Yeah, the poop shelf.
Obsessed. Because all I want to do is look at my poop. Because the worst is when you poop and you have like a phantom poop, or you're like, I swore I passed a poop, but then that poop is not in the toilet.
Yeah, it just slides down the hole.
Yeah, I guess, right?
It wants to get out.
Yeah. I don't like that. That's so frustrating. So I love the shelf.
The whole poop shelf. I don't know what I don't know if we were just staying in different places, but we were in Berlin and we were also in Nuremberg, and I don't remember seeing a poop shelf at all. Like, at all. Like, I don't remember seeing that. I don't remember like thinking about it. No, I mean, I know it is. I've seen photos, but I just, maybe I wasn't paying attention, or maybe the particular Airbnb we were in didn't have one, but I just don't remember seeing a poop shelf. And if I did, I'd probably be like, what the fuck? So anyway, but yeah, it's a I don't know, the whole bidet thing is, I think people's minds are changing. I think that obviously there's like a million companies now that are making bidets. So I think it's slowly, you know.
Yeah, but I think it's like circumcision. Like, the majority of the planet has bidets and are not circumcised. It's just for some reason in America we're like kind of backwards. Like, we cut the foreskins off the penises and we don't want to wash our assholes. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, also we're not in the metric system. We don't have universal health care. There's a bunch of things that
we have to be rebels and be different.
It's
and it's
so
like
stupid.
The difference is just fucking our shit up.
Well, you know, I feel sad for those people that don't have bidets. Because now it's ruined me, because when I go to someone's house or for traveling and I forget my travel bidet, I'm miserable. Because like, just dry wiping is just like, it you can't go back. You can't put the genie back into the bottle. You can't.
Not when all your wishes have just come true.
Yeah.
And all your clean butthole.
I mean, my wife works for a magazine, like an entrepreneur magazine, and that's how we found out about the whole Tushy, or, you know, Snap-on bidet. And she got one from work. She pitched the story. She's an art director, but she pitched the story. They did a whole story about her. And then, like, we had one, like, in the house for, like, a couple of months. I'm like, I should just fucking install this thing. And it just, like, the second I put it on, this was, like, probably, like, I don't even know, like 3-4 years ago. And the second we turned it on, I was like, it's like my world opened. It's like, you know, see those scenes in the movie where the camera zooms into the eyeball and the eyeball dilates a little bit, and like it starts fast forwarding through all these magical things. That's what it was like. I'm like, how the fuck have I not used this?
And it wasn't just your eyeball, Dave. It was your brown
my
stuff
brown eyeball.
Opened up.
Hey.
Yeah. And now you feel, and now it's, see, here's another thing that's great. I think men that identify as, you know, heterosexual men, what's awesome about the bidet, it's like, if you're getting ready to get down, you just feel more confident because everything's clean down there. You're not going to feel like, oh man, my ass is kind of like a little funky down there. It's like everything feels like good to go.
No, but we had Buck Angel on, who's a transgender man, and he was talking about how it's so much better because the hair's in his butthole, you know?
I'm just saying that, like, I think, like, you know, if you are, like, about to, you know, get busy, as they say. I don't know why. I don't want to be all coy about saying fucking or having sex, but anyway, if you're about to
especially on this podcast.
I know. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm like, SC double hockey sticks. But like, yeah, you just feel like way more confident. You take on the world. You're like, let's fucking do this, man.
How do you feel about when you do have a finger up your butt as a dude? Like, do you worry, or do you feel like you have a good sense of when you're clean? When you're, well, yeah, that's what I mean. Well, that's another thing. Like, that's what I mean. Like, especially if someone's going to stick a finger up your ass, you want to at least like feel like, okay, well, you know, like you do that cross sign, the holy cross. You're like, hopefully,
praying
least,
for the best.
Yeah. So at least if like, you know, using the bidet or something beforehand, you're like, you're good to go. You know, I mean, it depends. Like, they're not sticking like the whole forearm in there.
Well, yeah, it's a good feeling. I mean, using the bidet, you clean off more of the surface, but like inside, like.
Oh, I'm very thorough with my bidet. I got a whole system.
Oh.
I just hate feeling like. Well, you just hate feeling like, you know, like this is so great. You know, taking a shit is just nasty anyway, and like with the bidet, you just feel like it just feels like, you know. It's like that new car smell. Well, maybe not smell, but you know what I mean.
Alicia, I've talked about it a couple of times on the podcast. I love when the bidet water squirts up into my butthole and I cough it back out. I feel like I'm really cleaning out. And it's not like an enema. And it's not like, it's just like getting those remnants in my mud butthole to come like completely, you know?
Did you say like, mud butthole?
Mud butthole. No, my butthole.
My muddy hole.
My mud hole.
Like, to me, it's like brushing your teeth, and then when you're done, you do the Listerine to like really swipe all that stuff around. You know, like the bidet washing just the outside, you're just brushing, and then you squirt it up there to cough it out to really like get all that extra out of there.
I mean, Alicia, you seem like if you're you know, total backside bandit, I feel like you'd be so into this bidet, man, like big time. You'd be like, what the fuck? Just like
Backside Bandit. Why is that not my handle for everything inside? Oh my god! Wow,
that's your DJ. That's your DJ name.
I've never felt more seen in my life than with that.
They're like, on the ones and twos, it's the Backside Bandit. You're just like spinning the turntables with your ass.
Mainly twos. It's mainly twos.
Oh right, yeah, twos. No ones. Yeah, you'd love it. I'm telling you, if you get a little snap-on bidet, you'd be like, oh my god, you're like complete. You feel like, you know, you won.
Yeah, I've arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't really put anything up my butt, but I guess a little water splashy splash, like rinse out, wouldn't be so bad. But I typically don't do any. I don't douche. I don't. Yeah. I don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, plus you guys like, you know, you guys have vaginas. It's probably great for that. You know, just washing everything out in one fell swoop.
Oh yeah, post-coitus, I've like, because you pee after you have sex because it's good to flush all that stuff. Yeah. I've sat on
all that poison.
All the poison. And then I sit on the toilet and I just lean forward a little bit more, and the bidet water washes out my vagina too. So cleans it all.
Yeah. That shit gets like fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a freaking crime scene. Sometimes.
You're like, what the fuck happened down there? It's like, I don't know, man. They're like, I don't know, but good luck with that.
Okay, I'm gonna get on the bidet stuff as soon as we get off the phone. Yeah. Woo. I'm into it.
You'll be calling us once it gets delivered and how your life has changed.
Oh my god! Yeah. When you get it and you get it finally installed, just record yourself. Not record yourself on the bidet, but like, you know, give us a report back, and then like we'll play it on the show.
Yeah, a testimonial.
Yeah.
There's going to be a before and after moment in my life.
Before Christ and after Christ. Before a bidet, after a bidet.
Exactly.
You're going to be testifying in church. You're going to be like,
I'm be bringing them to their knees.
You're like, Jesus.
I'm a prophet. I'm a butt prophet for sure. I'll proselytize the bidets. Yeah.
See, this is part of your proselytizing tools.
I'm into it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
But I lived in Japan for a year after college, and that's the land of magic toilets.
Oh yeah. I've never been, I'm dying to go.
Except for in the subway in Tokyo, where I saw some of those Turkish squat toilets, I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But everywhere you went, there was those fancy noise canceling, air drying, bidet action, Bluetooth. I was like, yes. I was like, God bless this country for just getting it.
Yeah,
yeah, and all the music, and I actually like the Asian toilet, the squat. The whole
I hate it.
Ground. Why?
Because I feel like I feel like the only proper way to do it is if you get completely naked. I feel like there's too much splashback onto my shoes, and if I'm wearing pants or whatever, things are in the way. And I feel like I don't think I could squat down that low to make it okay. My squat game is not that great.
You can't. So you don't know how to Asian squat?
Yeah, I can't I literally. I'll show you someday in person when we can hang out in person. I have such weird long legs and a short torso that when I squat, Asian squat, my butt hits the ground. My body proportion does not work. So it's just the squat toilet is not working for my very Anglo-Saxon weird wackadoodie body. So
okay, well, I am half Asian, so I guess it works for my proportions and my physique. But I really like it. Actually, it feels cleaner. Except if you do have that weird moment where you're kind of just not, your pelvis isn't tilted quite right, and so when you let it rip, it the piss just flies forward. Or up, you're like, whoa, what happened? You have to re-angle yourself. But in a way, it's cleaner for me because there's no contact with a toilet seat. You don't end up touching anything.
But if I'm in a public bathroom, I'm always a hoverer. I'm not putting ass to seat. So
unless they're too high, I hate a high toilet. Oh my God, it's not right.
I never think I've had that problem before. I put TP on the rim and all that stuff, but I can't. I mean, I have hovered usually in porta potties. I will not sit down in the porta potty.
You only sit, Dave. You only use the toilet to poop.
Yes,
I'm talking about I hover when I pee.
Oh right, yeah. I keep forgetting about it. I have a penis.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, everybody doesn't have a penis?
Silly Dave.
I know.
You and your penis.
It's
your penis privilege.
It is. I do have penis privilege. I feel so. Every time my wife has she gets her period, I'm always like, oh God, that sucks. But then I'm like, well, I pretty much got my period too now.
Yeah.
When she gets hers, I get mine.
Have you guys talked about period poops?
Yes, there's actually a hormone in your body called prostaglandin, and it's the same hormone that sheds your uterine lining, that sheds your colon. So that's why and if the uterus and the colon are very, very close to each other, that's why you get the period shits, because the prostaglandin is in the both areas, and then they are just dumping out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that is intense. I'm usually backed up a couple days before my flow hits, and then it's game on.
Yeah.
Oh God, that sounds like a nightmare.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to deal with that.
That's a lot to. And sometimes it's bloody mucusy shit.
Oh.
Yep.
To really take you there, Dave.
It's if it's your body, it's I will never know what it's like to give birth to somebody, and the same thing, I don't know what it's like to have a period. So I just forget. I'll give you a perfect example. We were on vacation in Mexico for 2 weeks, and my wife was going to the bathroom, where she was in the bathroom. She got her period I forgot when, at a certain point. We were in Mexico, and I was in the bathroom just washing my hands or something. I had to turn around right when she was taking out her tampon. And I've never really seen you know, obviously I know, like, you know, through health class, like what happens in the female body, but I just, you know, never seen anybody just pull, and I turned around right when it was happening, and I just was like, what the fuck is that? Like, why is it that color? It's like, I think it was gonna be red. I'm like, yes. I thought it was gonna be just like bright. I was just like, I mean, I was flabbergasted.
Oh, was it dark?
Yeah, it looked like, oh my God. I was just like, it was horrifying. And I'm not like, you know, shaming anybody. I just mean like, when you don't have to deal with that on a monthly basis, you don't ever think about it. And then one day you see it, you're kind of like, what the fuck?
No, it's surprising us women are even alive, because if I told anybody else I've been bleeding for a week out of any other part of my body, you'd be like, why haven't you gone to the doctor? Why are you still alive? Like, you should not be bleeding for a week straight out of any orifice of your body.
You ladies are amazing. I couldn't handle, like, if there's like that comedian Patrice used to have this joke where he would say, like, if I was bleeding out of my nose once a month, I would lose my fucking mind. Like, and then if you're not bleeding when you're supposed to be bleeding, you're like, why isn't my nose bleeding? And you're like, oh my God, it's supposed to be bleeding now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I give it to you. I wouldn't be able to handle that. I could barely handle like a paper cut. So
well, we don't really have a choice so much. So it's something you learn very early on.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're like, you put your 10,000 hours in.
I think it makes us like just tougher for like navigating life. You know?
Hell yeah.
We're not as squeamish, I think, as dudes are.
Oh, hell yeah. I would, if I had a period, I wouldn't leave the house. I'm like, I'm not doing anything until this stops. Like, seriously.
If you had a period, Dave, you would definitely use maxi pads.
Why,
I don't think you'd be a
different?
tampon kind of guy.
Why is the tampon worse? God, I sound so ignorant, by the way. It just totally realized I sound so fucking stupid.
Oh, I mean, I have a story, even though this isn't poop related, but if we're on the period talk. I was looking for tampons the other day because I knew where they were in my cabinet, but for some reason I put them in the wrong place. And I'm telling my boyfriend, he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm looking for tampons. And he's like, you could just use a tampon as a mask for walking around with coronavirus. And I was like, how the fuck are you going to do that? What, like stick 2 tampons up my nose or something? And he goes, oh, I was thinking maxi pads, not tampons. And I was like, even the fact that you got those 2 things confused
right.
as a potential mask, no, I can't talk to you right now.
I mean, you know, the maxi pad, I mean, in a pinch, maybe if you staple a bunch of maxi pads together, you could maybe fashion something out of that. And tampons work great for nosebleeds.
They do.
That's true.
So,
and bullet wounds.
I've never been shot, but next time I'll be like, hey, pass me that pearl.
I heard that's like the one good thing like cops and people who are around guns a lot should have on them, because you could stick it right in. It's a clean piece of cotton to get to the hospital.
Okay. All right.
So before we go into Alicia's serious stories, I have to pee and I don't want to bring you guys in there. So can you give me a second?
Sure.
I'm back. I actually just pinched off a turd while I was in there.
Wow.
I had to pee so bad that poo-poo came out. That's why it took me a little longer.
That was so quick. That wasn't slow. That was so fast. That would have taken me, like, it would have been way longer.
It was in the chamber, ready to go.
Wow. Okay.
Locked and loaded.
So Alicia, since you brought it up before, let's hear about your poop your pants story.
Ugh, yeah. It's so unpleasant, right? I've only pooped my pants. I've pooped my pants twice in my life.
Okay.
And the first time was when I was in high school and I decided to go vegan. As you do when you're like 16.
Yep.
And going vegan at 16 and being like kind of poor, all I was eating was steamed broccoli for like 5 days.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Which was a total shock to my body, obviously. And I remember just one day sitting like out at the quad and just let out a little shart and had just like this tiniest little babyest gross wet poopy in my pants. And it was like lunchtime. Like, what was I supposed to do? I didn't have a car. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. So I think I just like at that point, fortunately, was wearing underwear. Like at that point in my life, I was still wearing chonies. So I just kind of watered up their mouth. That's fine. That was the first time, but that was really jarring and like traumatizing to be like, I shit my pants in school.
Oh, hells yeah. In high school?
Yeah.
Oh, that's foreboding.
Yeah. And it was, you keep it quiet. Like I definitely didn't like announce that. I just like,
hey everybody, I took a shit in my pants.
dismissed myself.
Yeah, because if you did admit that, you would be known as that girl for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
AKA no friends.
Yeah. But man, that smell, right?
Oh.
Like you can't escape it. It's with you.
Something stinks.
It's by your side. And then the second time, so this was like a couple of years ago. So this is like full on into adult life, which is super embarrassing. But I totally suffer from IBS. Okay, so I have like a more of the constipated side of IBS. So I'm constantly just trying to stay super, super tight with like a low FODMAP diet and just really always trying to balance out like what I'm eating, how much water I'm drinking, what supplements I'm taking, blah, blah, blah. I've tried a million different things. I've done like, acupressure, acupuncture, Chinese herbs. I've just done the whole thing. And at this point in my life, I was trying this like bulletproof oil shit. You've heard of like bulletproof coffee?
Yes, I've heard that with butter or something in it.
Yeah, but there's a brand and they make this brain oil stuff. And a friend of mine was like trying into it and liked it because it's basically like oil you put in your coffee or whatever, any drink, and it just kind of keeps you really full and it's supposed to like boost your brain power or whatever the fuck, right? So I'm like totally into all of these things. So he was like, all right, just go easy at first because you have to work your way up to it because it can affect your digestive system. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me proceed with caution. So I was drinking this oil shit and in my coffee, and it like was great for the first probably week, right? It was like doing what it was supposed to do. I was moving, it was fine, it didn't really bother me. And then I decided to up the dosage like a moron, kind of like to where it's supposed to be. Why did I do that? I don't know. And I'm at work and I totally, like I fart a lot and I do fart at work. I think it's really important to let it rip because you can't hold that stuff in. So as you can, like you let them escape. And typically I have a really good sense of what kind of fart's going to happen, right? You know, if you've got like stink bombs in there or you know, if they're going to be really audible or you kind of have a general... Excuse me. You have a general sense, right? So I thought I had this under control and I let out a fart and I shit. I shit myself.
At work?
At work. But the thing is, I'm at work and I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse, but I wasn't at my desk. I was walking to a conference room. Oh, no. And on this particular day, I happened to be wearing a dress, which I don't really wear. Oh. So, and I had underwear on. I had underwear on probably because I was wearing a dress. So I was able to shit, but I shit in my underwear, but then also like onto the floor because it was like a wet, oily poop, right? Like it's a shart. And it just came right out. It came right out and I shed. So I'm standing there, right? And everyone's working. Everyone is just working. No one's noticing this somehow. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I know the cameras. There are no cameras on the floor in the hallway. There are only cameras at the front door. So like, this is not being recorded. Thank God. That's like the first thing I thought. And I freeze in my tracks. I just quickly, I leave the shit on the carpet.
Literally.
I go straight to the bathroom. I like take off the undies. I try to wad it up because then I'm like, fuck, there's going to be like shit in the garbage can, like shitty undies in the garbage can for the day. But like, I guess, right? So like wad it up into 50 million paper towels just to bury it in the trash can.
Yeah.
Take care of that. Try to like, and I'm in the bathroom a long time and we only had like 2 bathrooms, okay, for the whole floor. So I get the sense that someone's waiting for the bathroom and I'm getting really fucking paranoid because I also have to go clean up the shit on the carpet over by conference room A. Oh my God. And I'm bugging. I'm like, I have to do this as fast as possible. So I wad up the undies and then I just like kind of somehow panic because someone jiggled the door handle and I threw like paper towels in the toilet, which you don't ever do. I don't know why people do that, like at restaurants. So like, please do not throw paper towels in the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what fucking moron does that? I did that in a panic because I was scared.
Well, look,
shitless.
you just had a traumatic experience. I'll let that
You
go.
were thinking correctly.
So the bathroom just has been blown up. I've just blown it up. I've now like clogged the toilet.
Oh my
essentially
God.
with the fucking paper towels that won't flush. And I have to like clean all that up. I'm totally bugging. I walk out. Someone is waiting outside to go in, which is just mortifying. So you have to like,
my God.
I had to somehow just smile through that. And leave her the fucking mess I just made, I guess.
Oh.
And then I just like totally went for paper towels in the kitchen. I got like our cleaner and I just went back to my shit stain on the carpet and pretended I spilled my coffee. I was like,
Yes.
if anyone asked, I just spilled my coffee.
Smart.
Which it looked like a coffee stain, actually.
Well,
so
it was your coffee. It was just digested coffee.
Right.
You're like,
That came out of my asshole.
This coffee smells like shit.
What a panic. And then the whole day I'm like, I smell like shit. I went to the store. I'm like, let me get Febreze. I need to get I got shout wipes. I bought 2 things of Febreze. I bought like Tide pens.
Did you buy any underwear?
No, I didn't buy any underwear, oddly. But yeah, and then I was just like, I smell like shit the whole day. And like just went back to my desk like a total fucking shitty coward that I made a huge mess of our office. It was so I can't. And then I was like, I couldn't fart ever again.
Oh, yeah,
again. I
no,
was like
you
too
can't.
paranoid to fart.
We talk about it all the time. You can't ever trust a fart.
Yeah.
You can't trust them.
No, never again. Fool me once, fart. Fool me once.
Oh my God.
How fucking vile was that day. Oh, it was so traumatizing. But I think it was good that I wasn't wearing pants.
Yeah.
In the end, right? I
Yes.
guess it was, I know your question about pants or drop or whatever. I think it was better that I shit on the carpet.
Well, you
That
chose
went
floor.
totally into my pants.
You literally chose the floor. Well, a little bit of both, but floor for sure.
Yeah, half and half.
Yeah, half and half.
That's my answer. A little bit, yeah. Hit your panties, hit the floor.
Yeah.
I guess that's the magic combo.
You're not the first one who's done that. We had a guy, Bob, on, and he told us that because I was like, floor pants, and he goes, I did both. And we were like, what does that mean? And he said he was making egg scrambies, and he went to squeeze out a fart, and he shit in his pants, and it fell on the floor.
So good.
Oh man, it's pretty traumatizing.
Yeah.
For my colleagues.
That's a fucking awesome. I mean, first of all, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That just sounds awful. Secondly, so the time you were in the bathroom, were you nervous that someone would discover the shit on the carpet near conference room A?
Oh, I mean, it's like, oh, talk about a rock and a hard place. Like, which do I cover up first? Do I take care of the shit that's currently dripping down my thighs? Or do I take care of the shit that's already hit the floor? I don't know. It was a real tough decision. I went.
You made the right direction.
This is like a jewel. This is like a jewel heist. You're like, it's like there's a clock ticking. You're like, I gotta get over to here, and then the screen splits, and it's like people are walking by the shit saying like, I'd like to think that someone walked by and was like, is that shit in the floor? It's like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. They're like, I'm not dealing with this.
No, but okay, what's even greater is that most idiots we know would have just left it there and pretend like it never happened.
Yeah.
God bless you for being an
thank you,
adult
Alicia.
enough to go clean up your mess, even though you had to hide it, like, oh shit, I spilled my coffee. But also, that's why I'm like glad that you admit that you work in fashion industry, that even fashionable people can also
Shit their pants.
shit their pants.
Absolutely.
They're very beautiful,
God.
fashionable pants.
Holy shit. You're just like, I'm so sorry. That's just like,
Yeah. I was thinking about this story. I'm like, well, I definitely remember when I shit my pants at work, and then I couldn't remember like why I had such oily shards, and then I recalled I was like, oh, I was on that stupid oil shit. Which I still have a full bottle. I mean, I stopped taking it, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
if anyone
clearly.
wants to try it, I can give it to you if you want to.
See if it would shit my pants. There are a lot of experiments we've talked about doing on this podcast, and a lot of them involve us wearing Depends.
yeah.
Definitely, yeah. That should be a disclaimer. It's oil.
Sorry.
It's like that Olestra stuff, that like fat-free oiled potato chips, and how it had anal leakage.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's disgusting.
I forgot about that. So like 90s or early
Anal
2000s.
leakage. Why would you even ever take anything that possibly can give you anal leakage? No, thank you.
The other thing that Dave and I were going to experiment with is, Alicia, if you ever go on Amazon, go to the sugar-free gummy bears and look at the reviews. It's just people saying how much they've shit their pants from eating these sugar-free gummy bears. And so Dave and I were talking about getting a bag of those wearing Depends and seeing what happened.
Oh my God.
You have to start the clock and see how long it would take before you actually shit your pants.
Yeah, right? Oh, that'd be
You
so
can
bad.
make it a fundraiser, actually.
Right? We can just do a live stream.
Yeah. It's like we eat two gummy bears, and it's all of a sudden you hear like...
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a great story, by the way. I fucking... Oh my God, just like...
And you have to like also think, right? Like every day for the next like 2 weeks, I was checking on that shit stain on the carpet. I was like keeping a close
Why did you
eye
able to
on that
clean it
shit
up all
stain.
the way?
It looked pretty good, but it wasn't all the way gone, I felt
would've-
like I got enough of it
Yeah.
out as much as I could. But I was keeping an eye on it. Like I could see it the next like, couple weeks.
I would have thought there would have been like the whoever comes in and cleans the carpet would have like totally. They're like, no, there's no shit stain there. Someone else shit their pants on this goddamn carpet, motherfucker. Oh my God.
So yeah, top most mortifying moment I think of my life.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, but great story for the podcast. Thank you.
Our last guest that we interviewed, he was telling us his stories, and he made it sound like he's like the only person who's ever shit his pants. And we were like, it's okay, dude. Listen to some of the episodes of the podcast. We've had everybody on who've shit their pants.
Everybody
It is a
shit
really
their
lonely
pants.
experience, though.
Yeah, when it's happening, you're like, oh, I'm the only one. This is the only time in history. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, you are alone. You're just like, there's no one can help me. It's just, I don't wear dresses, but I couldn't imagine shitting my pants with like a dress on. I think that would lose my mind. That would be just mortifying. So I feel so bad for you. So I'm sorry that happened to you.
I guess maybe the lesson is that if I'm going to experiment with new dietary regimens, that I make sure I wear like full coverage chonies.
Wait, what do you call underwears? Tonies?
Oh, chones. This is like a Mexican slang.
Oh, tones. Oh, these are Tonys.
Chones.
CH.
Oh,
chones, yeah.
Chones. Okay, sorry. I thought said Tonys. I'm like, oh, that's kind of fun. Tonys.
Me and my little Tony.
Yeah. I thought you said it. I was like,
Teeny tiny Tony.
I'm learning. During the quarantine, I'm revisiting or relearning Spanish. So that's a good one. I didn't know about chones. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm gonna add that
very
to
Mexican.
add that to my arsenal. Although the Spanish I'm learning, I think, is more Spain Spanish because I'm like, wait, what? I don't remember this. What? I don't remember this in school. But anyway, I digress.
How are you? Don't you guys feel like your poops are better now that we're like home all the time?
Well, you're talking to two freelancers who are usually home all the time anyway. But I feel like because I'm not eating out, my poops have been really good. Like just eating home cooking. Besides the little bit of constipation I've had the past couple of days, I was making solid fours. Like, these colossal long shifts. So
that's the best.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
That's the best. Oh,
you feel like you've accomplished something.
Speaking of Spanish, I have my dear friend and I. We love to talk about our big poops, our big successes, and we call them jefe because it's like a double on top. It's like a twofold like reference because we're like, oh, they're so beautiful. We should post them. And what filter would you use on Instagram for your poop? And we said jefe, Hefe, and then now it's just stuck, and now we call them jefe.
Isn't jefe boss too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so you're like calling your poop the boss.
Exactly.
Jefe.
So it works both ways.
That is fucking hilarious. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, I haven't had I need to have a jefe. It's been a minute since you've like a 12-incher, right?
Yeah,
like a big, long, thick.
Do not take those shits that big.
Alicia, I cannot swear enough because I have similar IBS to you where I'm mostly constipated. Psyllium husk is literally is the best thing. And yes, Metamucil is psyllium husk, but Metamucil, they put like flavoring and fucking sugar in it. And I don't want all that crap. You can just get like on Amazon or anywhere, you just get the organic, just regular psyllium husk with nothing added. You put a tablespoon of that in a big glass of water, chug that. And the next day you will make the most gorgeous number fours. It'll just like fall out of you. It's the best feeling in the world.
I was listening to you on a podcast, like praise psyllium husk, and I recall that I actually have some in my fridge. So I popped some because I was like super backed up because I did what I committed my cardinal sin. I ate cheese.
There you go.
And therefore, I just sacrificed some good poops for basically 4 days. I was like, oh, let me get the psyllium husk in me. And it did. It worked. And then I had like my magical every 2 hours yesterday, which was what I needed in preparation for my
flax oil? Psyllium husk.
Psyllium husk. It's powder.
Oh, okay.
It's powder. Yeah.
But you're keeping it in the fridge? That's smart.
Yeah. And then I just did like a teaspoon, though. It says a teaspoon. Do you do a tablespoon?
Oh, yeah, because I want a powerhouse shit.
Okay. Maybe I'm like traumatized from shitting my pants.
Yeah, right? You're like one teaspoon's going to be fine. I don't need to have like a...
Well, if you're working at home, you can experiment, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did. It pushed it out, and it didn't give me that beautiful style poop, but it definitely like moved. It cleared me out because you can like, I don't know about you guys, but I can like feel my poop. I can feel it like if I press on my abdomen, like the left side of my abdomen, I can feel when I have poop stuck in my colon.
Yeah,
I don't have that. I can't feel that, but.
I have it where you can feel it, and then when it leaves the body, it almost my colon empty. Like it feels like a deflated balloon. Yeah. And I feel that too. Yeah, I'm very in sync with my insides.
Yeah, I had my Chinese doctor once. Like my naturopath was like, if you're backed up, you rub your stomach, but you start on the bottom right, and then you
go up and around.
And you're tracing. Yeah, you're like tracing your tract. Because for me, I think everything gets stuck in my colon, like where the kinks, like where the colon takes a turn. for the worst. Yeah. It gets like lodged up in there. So I sometimes have to like massage my shit out, which is fucking weird.
I talked about it on one of the last episodes of the podcast that I used to have a friend who massaged my farts out. Like I would get fart bubbles stuck and she would rub my tummy and I would blast off these huge farts that literally just got stuck in there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. One time I had a colonic. It was my only time and it was really traumatizing because I shit the bed.
Jesus Christ.
I fucking so sorry. I blew the tube out of my asshole. I shit the bed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the colonic was Mary, and she was kind of like Whoopi Goldberg's character in Ghost.
Oh.
And I had like so much trust in her for this first time colonic experience. Then it turned out to be fucking awful because I shit the bed, which I don't think is supposed to happen.
No.
Well, we had a colonic therapist on, Tracy Piper, and she said that sometimes that stuff is because she deals with a lot of patients who have MS, and that they lose when you have MS, you lose control.
That's crazy.
Is that what happened? I mean, I guess I don't know.
No, but you don't have MS.
Not that I'm aware of, and I definitely have good like sphincter control.
Yeah, you probably just like it was maybe too lubed up or something because they put a little lube on it to get it in.
Yeah, the getting it in was like the least of the problem.
Yeah, you're like that's easy.
That part was fine.
Yeah, you're like no problem there.
Getting off a 5-foot high table with shit on my body was not. But she was cool about it, you know. That was I appreciated it. She was like, this happens. Don't worry. And I'm like, yeah, gross. I forgot about that until right now. It's like a poop trauma therapy.
Yeah, right. You're just like. Oh my God.
It's happened to us all.
Yeah, we've all been there.
I mean, if any place to do it, if you're getting a colonic and you shit the bed, like that's understandable. We had once a woman on she used to wax people and the girl shit. That's not when to shit.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's horrific. Yeah. That's not good.
That's bad. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I've never even had I'm in like it's such a non-safe place to shit when you're getting waxed. Like it's not sexy and it's like I feel very like closed off. You know, my holes are like, nope.
Oh my God. Ugh. Yeah. Well,
Alicia, do you have any childhood memories of anything fart or poop related?
Oh wow, that's a good one. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I peed my pants in second grade. I definitely remember when that happened, but no poopy stuff. Oh, I do remember actually when I was I guess it's not really childhood. I went to science camp at one point. I don't know when you do that, when you're like in 6th grade or something, or 5th grade. I don't know. And I like did not want to poop. I was like really, really nervous about pooping because we had shared communal bathrooms and showers, right?
And it was like sleepover camp.
Yeah, sleepover camp. It was a 1-week science camp. I only knew like one person. I was not in her bunk. So it was all new people from different schools, and I had to like poop with people. Oh my God, I held my shit for 5 days.
Wow. I've done that. That
held
sucks.
my shit for 5 days. Maybe that's why I'm constipated. It's like my karma coming back to me as an adult. But yeah, then when I finally did have to shit, because you reach a point where you can't hold it in anymore.
Oh yeah, it's a nightmare.
Right. Yeah, you're like cramping, like you can't hold it in. And my God, the glory of that shit. But then you run the risk, like the fear then comes in of like, oh my God, I'm going to clog the toilet. So it's like the best moment of your life meets the worst moment of your life, you know? Because what's worse than that? Oh my God, clogging the toilet.
My experience with holding it in for a week was that when I finally went, It felt so massive, but it turned out to be the size of like a marble. It's like it just constricted like a diamond. It came out like so hard, and I was like, that was it. It felt like I was passing like a football, and it was it was a fucking marble.
Yeah, I bet it was like dense, heavy, and black.
It looked like some kind of like something if it came from outer space, like just dark matter.
I had this friend of mine, and I met her in college, but we continued to be friends. She now lives in Europe, but she came home with me for Thanksgiving back to my parents' house when we were in our 20s. And that Thanksgiving meal constipated the shit out of me. And the entire like rest of the weekend, we stayed at my parents' house, sleeping in the same like pull-out couch. And my farts were like paint peeling toxic farts. And she was from Greece, and she had this very strong Greek accent, and she goes, "You need to take a shit so we can be friends again." And I could not shit that entire Thanksgiving weekend. And when I got back to New York to our apartments, I squeezed out a turd that was the size of a grapefruit. Ooh. Like it was perfectly round. It was like it was giving birth. It was beyond evil, but it was like the thing that, like that Thanksgiving meal that just blocked me up.
Wow. That's
it's
nasty.
bad when they're cylindrical or when they're spherical. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like perfect spheres. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
How did I pass that? And then I wonder where the trauma to my asshole comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
You got like potholes in your asshole.
Alicia, do you want to add anything else before we get into Let's Get Shitty?
I mean, I covered a lot of good shit stuff, I think.
Yes, you did.
And period stuff. And,
yeah, you covered a lot.
We got into it.
And butt play.
Mm-hmm. Well, we could always talk more about that.
I like Alicia.
I knew you would.
All right, well, let's get into Let's Get Shitty then.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Let's Get Shitty.
Yes, the complaint department of the show. So, anything you want to get off your chest that's sort of like gnawing at you. It does not have to be poop related, but you get bonus points if it is. So, Alicia, you got anything that you want to complain about?
Do I have to go first?
You don't have to. We figured since you're a guest, guests always go first. But yeah, you don't have to go first. That's fine. Ellen, I'm sure
I can go first.
Yeah,
I have one.
Go.
So I have a couple of Instagram accounts, and one of them is completely private, and I only do like it's nothing like business related. It's just like friend stuff and the pets and whatever. And I went to a Zoom birthday party like 2 weekends ago, or I mean, I've lost track of time. It could have been just a week ago. And I did some screenshots of this Zoom birthday party where there was like 20, 30 people. Dave, you were there. And towards the end of the party, everybody was flashing their boobs on Zoom, which like it was midnight. We're partying in our apartment. Why not? And so I did some screenshots of everybody's flashing their boobs and posted it on Instagram, 4 different screenshots. The first 2 had no boobs in it, and the last 2 had boobs in it in these tiny, tiny little squares. And I got flagged within 3 seconds. It took it down. My private Instagram that I literally only have like 200 plus friends on there. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, we are adults. Like, we can't have a private Instagram with a couple teeny tiny titties on there. It's like, I'm so sick of this puritanical bullshit. It's like,
yeah.
And then there was that article that came out that Zoom is recording everything that people are saying and doing. And so like, they have all of this like backlog of people's therapy appointments and everything. So Zoom isn't even trustworthy. What the fuck?
Oh no! But when you get a report on your private Instagram, doesn't that mean it's one of your followers?
No, it happened within 3 seconds, which I think it's just like the automatic
the bots.
Instagram. Yeah, the bot just saw something that looked like titties. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, that means also, like that. It might not even sell the tits. It might have, because I know they have a program too for like lots of exposed like colored flesh. So sometimes if they see like a lot of like what I guess they deem as flesh, they just automatically flag it. So a lot of people that are like, if you're a bigger person, your stuff gets flagged more. If you're like, yeah, it's bullshit. It's total bullshit. It's really fucked up. But yeah, so it probably, even though it was like really small, it's probably like, oh, that looks like, that's titties.
Yeah, it was like I got within 3 seconds there was a thing that popped up that goes, "This is against our guidelines," and I was like, "Fuck you!" Like, really?
Wow.
Yeah, I get stuff. I mean, I haven't had stuff taken down in a while, but I was getting. For the longest time, nothing happened on my account, and then like it was like just constantly I was getting dinged for like everything. So it's really stupid.
They need an Instagram for 18 and older adults who can show some titties.
Well, they have it. It's called oh my god, I just flaked on the name of it now. Ello.
Oh yeah.
Ello is fantastic, but just no one uses it. But it's great because there's no censorship, and the way that the format of the actual platform is so much better than Instagram, especially if you like do if you're a photographer, if you do like any kind of like creative thing like with like photos, it's fantastic. But no one's on it. But you can put in like just fucking titties, whatever, vages, dicks. No one's you name it. You name the body part, assholes, whatever. Like no one's gonna say anything. But again, like no one's on it because Instagram is the fucking gold standard apparently.
Ugh, so annoying.
Instagram is the worst, but I'm on it. I hate it, but it sucks.
I'm sorry that happened, Ellen. That sucks.
Yeah, I just want to share a couple small tiny titties with my friends. Like it's not fair.
Yeah,
Titties
even people who don't even show nipples get like if you have a large bosom.
I do.
It's an understatement. Like if you're, I bet like, even if you're in like if you're just like holding your breasts or something, that could kind of trigger the.
Well, yeah, they were saying also they were clamping down on people putting like women putting their hands over their nipples because they thought it was like too sexual. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. It's just what if there's like some bugs flying around? Some nipple bugs flying around. I don't know.
Wow, us we're so stupid. You're right, guys. Like our shit. We can't talk about shit, and we can't show nipples.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What's wrong with us?
I don't know.
Let's move to France.
That's what we have to like.
And we can't wash our assholes in a bidet because those are it's puritanical for a bidet. It's like, come on, people. We
have to get to the point where we can elect people that like this little thing we're talking about here is like. Just not. It shouldn't make a difference. So if we can get to that point, we're doing pretty good.
Exactly.
That means everything else is fixed, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dave, do you have any?
I don't know. Just daily like getting your ass
daily coronavirus.
Just daily getting your ass kicked. I don't know. What can I complain about? I usually have like a battery of a giant list of things that I can talk about, but for some reason it's just drawing a blank right now. I guess just technology again. We're working on this. Ellen and I were talking yesterday about we're doing this stuff for this commercial we have for the Hey Poopy podcast, and we're going to put some closed captioning things on. And there's this little program that I use that works great for that thing. But then of course, I went to go use it. Everything is fine, but I'm like, hey, I don't like the way this typeface looks. I want to try a different typeface. So they're like, you have to update to the newest, whatever app. And since my current computer, I can't put the new app. There's one in between. So I went to go do it. And of course, there's all these fucking crazy errors. And I went back to the app and it was like, just giving me all these weird fucking things. And then I had to kind of restart my computer again and like re-upload all this stuff, and it was like the most annoying fucking thing. And again, I'm like, this is supposed to be so fucking simple. Like, we've decided that computers are the way of the future, or have been for God knows how fucking long, but they never work. Like you try to update anything, any program, there's always a thing that you got to do. Oh, I'm sorry, we're fixing this thing, it doesn't work, and it just drives me fucking crazy. And you're paying all this money.
And it's even worse now because there's no customer service anywhere.
Yeah,
thanks to everybody having to work remotely.
Everything's automated. Everything, and if you do, you have to like send like a report or like put a little what do you call it in, and then like you have to wait for God knows how long for someone to tell you, oh yeah, I don't know, or what's the problem again? So it's just like I don't know. I really would love to go back to a time where we weren't so dependent on technology to get things done because it ruins everything else. It ruins productivity in a way. So
totally.
Oh,
it's also annoying. Maybe this can be my shitty. I was walking around today on my like sanctioned walk with a mask. Not a mask. I have a bandana around my face, and you can't open your phone. You can't, like, the Face ID doesn't work with the fucking mask on. So I'm like, they need a workaround with that shit now.
Yeah. It should just be an eyeball ID. They should read your irises.
Oh my God. See, I'm like, so, I don't know. I'm not into, I just don't, the facial recognition thing freaks me out too. It's because it's like, I feel like they just have, I mean, by now, whoever they are at this point, have like all our information, all our like, thumbprints, our fucking, it's just kind of crazy. The amount of stuff that like, again, it's supposed to make our lives easier, but it's like, I don't want them having all this information about me or like things. But whatever. I mean, I'm guilty of it too, so I can't really complain.
Alicia, I've been complaining to people that as soon as all this quarantine happened, my fingerprint doesn't work to open up my phone anymore. And so many of my passwords to so many accounts are with my fingerprint. So I'm like,
why doesn't it work?
I don't know. It just doesn't want to work. So I have to like go through my brain to remember what password do I have for all of these things that I used to just open with my fingerprint.
Oof, that sucks.
What a pain in the ass.
That does suck.
And there's no way I could be buying a new phone right now. I'm not making any money.
Oh no.
Right.
I'm not doing that either.
Yeah.
I'm going back to a flip phone. Fuck it.
Exactly. Seems so much easier. But let's flush those problems down the tube.
Okay.
There we go.
Yes.
So this is a short little local news story, but I'm going to play a little song and then we'll get into it.
Yes.
So, our friend Clara sent this to us today, and I had to ask where it came from, but I guess she's on some like neighborhood watch thing or neighborhood. I don't know what this was again, but
I think it's like Citizen. Do you know that?
Like the Citizen app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I call it
it's
like the Gladys Kravitz app.
Yeah. So this is hyper local news. Like, so I think she's in Kensington area over there. In Brooklyn, New York. For those who don't live in New York, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's just a part of Brooklyn. So it's the alert was like mad pooper, and someone I don't know. It didn't give an address. It just gave like a radius of like where they were in this area of Kensington. But basically, there's a mad pooper on the loose, and this guy came up to a front door trying to open it, and then stood there for about 10 minutes, and then was like cursing and yelling at the fucking door or whatever before he bent over, pulled his pants down, and took a shit all over the front stoop. So if you're in that area near the Stop and Shop, beware. There's a mad pooper out there. Striking.
Yeah, I think they got it on video with those like those ring doorbells.
Yes.
And
the photo, the photo is hilarious because all you see is he's got like a white hooded sweatshirt on, but you just see like his back part. You don't see like his ass or anything. You see like he's just about to go. It's got like a little motion blur, like he's just about to get into the squat position. Yeah, but he took a shit all over they said defecated all over the front stoop.
So wrong.
It's so wrong. It's so many levels.
I got hit by a mad pooper once.
What?
Oh no.
Yeah. It was when I was working in San Francisco and I had a store, and I'd come to work on a Sunday morning, actually a really beautiful, bright Sunday morning. I was feeling very zesty, and I walk up and my whole team is standing out front, not going inside. And I'm like, why aren't you guys inside the store yet? Somebody had shat all over the front doors of the store.
Oh.
But it wasn't even like, this guy sounds like he popped a squat and shat like in a pile, right?
Oh.
This was like somebody, I mean, you guys can somebody like was standing up, turned around, asked to the door, or it's just like bent over 90 degrees, backed up and just took a shit standing up. And so it dripped, right? It was like just like 3 feet of shit just draped down the front doors.
Oh.
And then nobody wanted to go in because nobody wanted to touch that.
Yeah, they're
because the problem is, I don't know if any one of you guys have like had a store before or whatever, but the key, you have to like open the
bottom
key
lock
is at the bottom of the door, right? So where do you think all the shit fell?
Oh.
Exactly. Very problematic. I had to call some connections that day.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah.
you know that.
No, come on, hell no.
Well, one of the guys on my team actually, who is like this, like, is like totally fabulous, very flamboyant, like skinny, like gay guy, Richie, who I just love to pieces, was getting so frustrated because we were waiting out front. We were waiting for someone to come by from like a neighborhood, like association, like cleaner people, whatever, to come. And he finally was so frustrated. He was like, this is not the first time a lot of us have been this close to shit. And he just like rolled up his sleeves and he just like opened the door.
You're like, he's my hero.
Yeah. He's my
God
hero.
bless him.
That's so funny. Oh my God, that's nasty.
Long live Richie Bermudez.
Oh my God, Alicia, you've had some amazing stories.
I mean, I've obviously blocked a lot of them out because they're not coming to me.
Well, I'm glad that you unblocked
But yeah.
them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting unblocked right now.
Yeah, pretty much. We're like the
Our
silly.
podcast is the enema to your brain.
Yeah, we're the psyllium husk to your memory.
Yeah, you're the heaping teaspoon of
Yes.
psyllium husk.
Tablespoon.
Yeah.
Or the turbo oil brain.
Never forget.
Oh my God, that is the best. Well, with
But yeah,
that,
there are mad poopers. So I absolutely believe that story, and I'm very sorry for those people because I know it's like it's gross enough to have to clean up your own shit.
let alone someone else's. Ugh.
We've done it as a news article on the podcast before. San Francisco is known for public pooping. There's literally an app where it shows where every human has defecated and the entire city is brown of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are not a San Franciscan until you've seen someone take a shit in front of you.
Yeah. You haven't lived.
It's a weird town. Yeah, nobody was that surprised that we had shit on our door. That was the thing. It was just like a mild annoyance.
Oh my God. Well, with that, thank you.
Yeah.
Alicia, thank you so much for being on the show. You were so fucking hilarious and amazing, and just you shared so much.
It was my pleasure to be here. I was like, I'm not a poop expert, but I'm very in tune with poop and butts. So
Well, you brought it, man.
I hope this works. Yeah.
Oh, it worked great. You're fantastic.
You don't have to be an expert. You just have to be a pooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I am on a good day.
Yeah.
Hopefully in like 30 minutes, I feel something brewing. Something's percolating in here.
Well, the Backside Bandit can strike again. Oh my God! But thank you so much for being on the show.
Love it.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
pleasure.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
Yes.
For sure.
Thank you. And happy pooping, everybody. And toot, toot, toot.
Nice. Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect 4 Entertainment. Produced by Dave and Ellen, with executive producer Stormy Leather. Edited by me, Dave.
For more information, go to heypoopypodcast.com for episodes, merch, and more. Follow us on Instagram at heypoopypodcast and Twitter at heypoopy. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy.